Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future. This is week number 2, and it's the Kansas City week number 2 of 1963, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. Already rivals here in this one. No longer do we have to go to the Dallas Texans uniforms, as they are the Chiefs now, so I believe the regular uniform is just what they are. There we go. Don't have to mess with the Chiefs anymore. That's nice. All right. As you see from the ratings, though, the Chiefs in 1963 real life, this is a down year for the Chiefs as they fall down to, I believe, 6-8. But here, ratings-wise, you see they are still a very solid team at 85 rating versus the Broncos, who are a 67. So as I like to do, once week 1 is over, I like to say the point spread is the Madden rating spread. And if that's the case, the Broncos are 18-point underdogs. 18-point underdogs. How is that a thing? Well, the Broncos in 63, in a 14-game schedule, had the worst defense that they've ever had in the history of the Broncos franchise, despite playing 16 games. Later on top of all that, this is Frank Tripucka's last year, considering retirement. Ah, dang it. Well, the Chiefs are sporting red pants today. That is right. I was thinking that it was going to be nice and easy now that they're the Chiefs, but you can manually change jerseys and pants. So what you have to do is go to the official away, but then change the pants. Do the white pants. Oh well. Maybe that'll lower their rating. Not used to wearing red pants. There you see Charlie Mitchell. He's had one return this year. It was 23-yarder. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm definitely actually going to do that sort of. I mean, I'm sure something will come up, but I didn't plan on a actual topic. I mean, since you're here watching, we could certainly have one. But I was under the impression. Oh, wait, what? I'm supposed to cut. Oh, yeah, I did that. I did that a long time ago, though. Frank Tripucka comes out 66% on the year, but you did notice in game 1 that he had some trouble throwing some of the deeper outs and things like that. So he was injured at the end of last year in 1962 for Sack to the Future, I mean, and not sure if he ever actually recovered from that. He did come back and play in the playoff game, but wasn't very effective. Here's the rest of the lineup. You have Dane, Howard, McCullough, Sturm, Barnes, and Perkins across the offensive line, which is horrible. Billy Joe is pretty good as running back. Stone, Taylor, and Scarpetto are decent receivers for sure. And they have a couple nice tight ends that get to later. Probola and the guy they picked up from the Bills. Oh, but the Chiefs can still play on the defensive line, and there's Donnie Stone injured. So there's been a contest for running back between Billy Joe and Stone, and looks like Joe just won it there. Well, he seems to be all right. Both arms are moving. That's good. We'll see how long he's out with the update later on. And that's a throw and a catch by Scarpetto. And that is a first down. So Trabuca's first pass of the day, complete for an 18-yard gain. Billy Joe almost runs into trouble, but gets out of it. Kind of. Got back to the line. Branch, Mays, and Bobby Bell on the defensive line. Hedrick and Bates in the middle. Corey and E.J. Hullab, the outsiders. Johnny Robinson and Bobby Hunt, the safeties. Dwayne Wade and Dave Grayson are the corners. Bruised elbow. Okay. Oh, man. Well, Billy Joe tackled behind the line. That's a 3-yard loss. And the Chiefs are dominating the run. Again, this offensive line of the Broncos is one of the worst things you're ever going to see. Unfortunately for the Broncos, not the worst thing on their team, as their defense is worse than that. Completion to Probola, and he gets a few yards before going out at the 46-yard line. Brings up a 4th and 4, though. All right. Frazier out to punt. And where is it? It's down at the 1-yard line. Hey, Tears is back in the atmosphere. Possibly bringing you a game later today on the Tears 89 channel. To the moon and back. Quite a journey. Perhaps that will be, if it's not confidential, be explained in detail on any games that come your way later tonight. The Broncos defense could use one good play here. Maybe get a safety. Come on. And instead, nobody can do anything, and Len Dawson is going to get a first down, 14 yards. The offensive line, well, I shouldn't say nobody did anything. They obviously covered well because Dawson had forever. But then look at this guy. He's in spy mode, and he just sits there and watches Dawson run by him. So spy mode doesn't mean go after him after he gains 10 yards. As soon as he comes close to the line, you should be going in at him. But the awareness of this Broncos defense is at an all-time low. There may actually be some semi-pro teams out there that could rival the Broncos defense in awareness at least. It's Curtis McClinton last week, 125 yards and 3 friggin' touchdowns. So that is something to take note of. Who did the Chiefs play in week 1? I believe it was another computer team, so that was a simulated stat game, but still 3 touchdowns, nothing to sneeze at. No, he's going to run again. No, he's going to throw on the run, and it's a perfect pass. Oh, okay. So he did it to a semi-pro defense, so if he can get 125 against the semi-pro defense, he's probably looking for about 110 here against the Broncos. I'm sure he would like to keep the same 3 touchdowns. Hi, Stonewall. No score yet. The Chiefs defense obviously is whooping the Broncos offense. On the other side, though, the Broncos defense hasn't been as terrible yet as we would have expected. It's going to be a long season for the Broncos. I have no intentions, especially with the influx of human-controlled teams, I have no intention of making the playoffs or even threatening to. I don't even think there's any way I finish in anything but last in this division. The Chiefs are too strong, and the Chargers' offense is looking good. I mean, in real life, they were amazing. We'll see what happens in Madden, but with the Chargers' offense, the Chiefs' defense, and the Raiders being controlled by terrors, pretty sure this is a last place here for the Broncos, but you play the games on the field, see what if I can mess anything up. Every win the Broncos get will be spoiling somebody's season, so we'll continue to spoil whatever we can. But when you cannot pass rush at all and you equally cannot cover, it's going to be a long year. Burford, 37-yarder. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure. This is our 4th year. I'm not sure if I finally have gotten the ratings correct, or if some teams in the AFL have just finally established themselves as, you know, NFL caliber or close to ball clubs. But there is definitely a difference in playing the games when I play with this team. I mean, there's always been a difference between this team and the Bears team. I've always felt the Bears were better. But this year, it's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like the Bears, my computer teammates, will do things, and I can sometimes break through the line. The Broncos, I can never break a tackle. I can never cover anyone. I can never dive fast enough, jump high enough. On offense, I can still score every once in a while, but on defense, I just feel like unless they throw a turnover on their own without me doing anything, like pressuring them or anything, then they're going to score every drive. So that leads you to wonder, Tripucka has already announced that this is his last season. When you know you're on a god-awful team like this, the worst team he's probably ever been on, as an individual, family member, and of course the coach of the team, you have to look for signs. If he knows it's over anyways, is it even worth him staying in there health-wise? Such a crappy team. Also, is he motivated to give everything he's got? If you know the team's not going anywhere and you're done at the end of the year. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I hope that he brings everything he's got and they can at least have a stable quarterback situation, since everything else is in trouble. But definitely something to keep an eye on here in 1963. Scapetto drops the ball. He made a really good catch earlier, but there he drops a relatively easy one. Lionel Taylor does hang on, though, thankfully. Oh, that's picked. Nope. Luckily, that was not intercepted. Trapuka last year, by the way, in real life 62, 2,900 yards, 17 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. So he certainly didn't fall off. In fact, he made the Pro Bowl last year. So this is not a case. But as a discussion, if you guys want to participate in real life football, can you think of examples where quarterbacks, not necessarily legendary, because Trapuka is certainly not a legendary quarterback, but he was a good, stable quarterback, which is more than most of the Broncos team was in their infancy. So can you think of examples of good quarterbacks, starting caliber quarterbacks, let's say, that stayed on too long when I should have retired earlier than they did? Oh my God! Scarpetto makes a nice catch, but then he gets blown up and he's on the ground, and now he's grabbing the other shoulder. He was grabbing his right shoulder in agony, and then he switched to his left shoulder, which is very concerning. Are both shoulders separated? That would be a lot of pain, I would imagine. Whew. All right. Did hold on for the first down. Scarpetto's out, and Al Frazier comes in. Frazier in motion. Pitch it to Joe. He will. All right. Tackled by multiple people behind the line. Now, the most obvious, and this guy is a legendary quarterback, but some people could certainly point to Peyton Manning hanging on too long. However, in his last year, he did win the Super Bowl. Now, I wouldn't say he won the Super Bowl. I would say he was bad, a bad quarterback, but not so god-awful that he cost his great defensive team to not win the Super Bowl. But had he cost that team the Super Bowl, you certainly could have said Peyton Manning held on too long. But I think that that's untrue, because he was able to still get a Super Bowl ring there. So examples of quarterbacks holding on too long. That is certainly not going to fly, as we've already discussed how Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. And, I mean, he's still amazing. Still an amazing quarterback in my book, even though he's like 40 at 100. Well, that was a lot faster than I thought. Yeah. Now, I do agree that for the last 3 years in my head, I was thinking, oh, it's too long, that's too long. Actually, Drew Brees also, but maybe it's because of the rule changes, I don't know. But they're both able to play exceptionally well, despite being super old. Craig Morton, that's a good one. Shoulder tear. Which shoulder, though? He grabbed both shoulders. I'm not sure which shoulder, but Scarpetto has a shoulder tear. That's not good. A team that has a horrible defense and is only going to win games if they outscore their opponents in. It's just lost their second best receiver, and it could be for a while. At least Stone came back. He was injured earlier, but came back. So just a few plays off. Okay. Oh, wow. Tripucka showing off that he still has some arm strength, I guess. So he threw that one well beyond the receiver. Mingo comes out and gets his kick block. So that's sensational. So I'm guessing the pregame coaching, look at that, jeez. Coaching speech or something went something like this. Guys, our defense sucks. We're going to need the offense and special teams to step up. And the response has been Stone leaves for a few plays, complaining about the injury. Scarpetto, their second best receiver, is out for the game. And then the defense comes out and lets their kicker get blocked. And Len Dawson tries to hit the ref, but the ref's having none of it. So Len Dawson showing Tripucka that he can overshoot receivers as well. Now, since this is going to be Tripucka's last year, talk about him a little bit. Started his career in 1949 as a member of the Detroit Lions. Wide open. Played until he retired in '52 as a 25-year-old. So at 25, he retired and his football career was over, or so he thought. Then as a 33-year-old, with the upstart AFL League getting underway, he took a coaching job for these Denver Broncos. And in one of the early practices, I don't remember if it's actually the very first one or not. Actually, it was not the first practice, but it was the first preseason or scrimmage game. The quarterback play was so awful that I don't remember if Tripucka joked or if somebody else joked to the coaches that, hey, Tripucka could do better out there. And at halftime, the coach told Tripucka to suit up and get out there. And then even having not played for 8 years, he still came out and was much better than anything they had. So took the starting quarterback job and held it, of course, for 60, 61, and 62, and so far here in 63. So 2 careers, really. One from 22 to 25, and then this one, which started at 33. Now as a 36-year-old, he's calling it quits when it's over, when this season's over. And just a reminder, Sack to the Future, of course, has expanded as far as games that we're bringing you. So you have 4 different teams that you can follow on all the channels, which is here, of course, the Phantom Fighter channel, the Tears 89 channel, the John M channel, and the Vinny X Wolf channel. So the Vinny X Wolf channel will also be bringing you some showcase games. So you can follow actually 6 different teams. His 4 that he always controls. And then this year the showcase teams are the Vikings and Chargers, where you just watch them play. If, again, they're not playing another human-controlled team. But as you see over to the right, if you're watching this with comments on, or you happen to be live here and YouTube's just lying to me, then there's many other things than just Sack to the Future that you can find on the Vinny X Wolf channel. If you like the idea of historical football rosters and watching them played, then that's the channel for you. As you see, there's a alternate Super Bowl series, 1922, Blast from the Past, I believe was just on yesterday, and that's in the 20s as well. Then you have 1990s college football action. And there's even a, I forgot, I think it's called History of Sport or something, which will go into some of the other sports. As you saw, a touchdown right there as another missed tackle for the Broncos, and this game is starting to get out of hand. It's already 14-0. Nailed down the ball, and the Broncos will come out down by 14. .166 to 61 in total yards. Lionel Taylor, the trusted receiver, making the catch. Here in week number 2. This is the last game of mine. Earlier on this channel, you would have seen a couple matchups against Vinny X Wolf. The Patriots and Colts went at it. Of course, I was controlling the Patriots. And my 49ers went at it against Vinny X Wolf's Buffalo Bills. The other channel that has been completed already, or the other game on this channel has been completed, is the Chicago Bears, of course. And they took on the semi-pro team from Jacksonville and beat the crap out of them, as you would expect. Vinny X Wolf, besides the 2 games he played against me, you can also, his games are done, you can also see the matchup he had. Relatively surprising outcome between the St. Louis Cardinals and New York Giants. I only say surprised. The Cardinals were a good team, but the Giants were a borderline great team in '63. And you'll have to watch the game to know what I'm talking about. But with Paul Hornung and Karras from the Lions getting suspended this year for gambling issues, and then you watch that game between the Giants and Cardinals and how the Giants seem to do everything they could to make sure that the Cardinals got some easy points and won that game. Makes you wonder, is this more of a problem in the league than just a couple men? Eric, going back to the, I don't know if you see the post if you're watching this with comments or not, but earlier we were talking about quarterbacks that held on too long. And some good ones were just brought up by Vinny X Wolf. Oh, that's a bad, oh, nice catch. Wasn't sure if that was a bad throw, but Perbola did his job and actually cut in front of the defender and made the catch. Jeff George, the super arm, the Jay Cutler before there was Jay Cutler. Every coach loved his arm, didn't care that he had problems, said I could fix him. I will fix him. But nobody fixed him. Oh, okay, good. So in other words, you have to see the comments. So yeah, just taking a look at some of those names. Of course, George is the super arm that kept getting second chances. Did he hold on too long? I don't know, because he was never really good. He was always potential, But as far as did coaches hold on too long to the dream, yes. Yes, there was too many coaches after, I mean, a couple of years, sure, maybe you could fix him. But after he's been doing it for 9 years, that's just who he is. You're never going to fix him. Let it go that he has a strong arm. And just pick someone that has the mental capacity to play the position. Ron Jaworski's a good one. George Blanda, well, yeah, he just he refused to stop playing regardless how old he got. There's Dixon doing some sort of weird slow motion dive. The defender was not in slow motion though, so he got hit pretty good while he was in the air. It is halftime because I wasn't paying attention to the clock. Oh, that was stupid. I remember thinking earlier I had to call timeout, but then I didn't call timeout. And so the clock just kept running. And on top of everything else the Broncos have done wrong, their coaching has forgot to pay attention to the clock. And that cost them 3 points there. So a blocked field goal and a never field goal attempt. Curtin McClinton, 7 carries, 40 yards. He does have 1 touchdown. He had 3 in his first game, so he's already a game and a half into his 63 season. He already has 4 touchdowns. He doesn't have the yardage to rival with the great John Henry Johnson or Jim Brown. But touchdown-wise, he's up there with 4. And speaking of the great Jim Brown and John Henry Johnson, they will face off. Again, Tears 89 is back in the atmosphere at least, and should be back bringing you some games on the Tears 89 channel as early as today. If not today, certainly tomorrow. He has 4 games to bring you. One of those is the Browns against the Steelers, so you'll see Jim Brown versus John Henry Johnson. That will likely be the last of the 4 games, so that may not be till Tuesday, Wednesday or so. But what a game that will be to watch if you like running the football, and 2 players of Madden that are great at running the football, and 2 highly rated Hall of Fame running backs who they get to control. So you have guys already that can take average to good quarterbacks and make them look great and run for 2,500 yards with them. Controlling guys who are great, then who knows what we're going to have. We might have a couple 300-yard rushers in that one. Someone got injured on that completion. Len Dawson did take a hit, but it's usually not the quarterback. It didn't appear to be the receiver there, although he ran right into Goose. But Goose seemed to get the worst end of that. Hopefully it wasn't Goose Goslin. Oh, all right. So, another injury for the Broncos. Another guy that will not be coming back to play the rest of the game. And what I said earlier, when you're a team that's obviously just outmatched and not going anywhere this year, it's just human nature to maybe check out a little early. It's only week 2. But you see the Broncos seem to be just checking out when they get a little banged up. And you wonder if the old man who already knows he's retiring is going to want to check out early. And then the Broncos send everyone into coverage. And still, Len Dawson finds an open receiver who comes back to the ball, which is what happens on good teams. And this is just getting ridiculous. Come on. Oh, that should have been intercepted. Defender had the position, obviously. Dawson just threw that one up for grabs, hoping his receiver would make a great play. And it was not intercepted, merely knocked down. McClinton only gets 2 yards on that one, which doesn't make any sense. He had 10 carries for 40 yards. He clearly lost a yard on that one, but it says 11 carries, 42 yards. So I'm not sure how numbers work, but I still have a better clue than Madden. Why? Oh, somehow he didn't get his second foot down. And the best defender on the Broncos, of course, is that white sideline. And now let's see if we can even up the score in blocked kicks 1-1. Nope. Mistimed it. And the kick's going to hit the crossbar and be no good. A 44-yard field goal is missed. And the Broncos are still down by just the 2 scores. And we may have just seen the Tripucka era come to an end, as it looks like the rookie, Mickey Slaughter, is coming out. It is, in fact, Slaughter who comes out to start this drive for the Broncos here in second half of week number 2. Billy Joe proves that he's a terrible running back, or at least running behind a terrible line, regardless who the quarterback is. So that's good to know. Oh, Tripucka. Not sure if that was the coach's decision or if Tripucka just had enough, but we know this is the last year for Tripucka, and that may indeed be, that first half that he had may indeed be the last time he'll ever play quarterback in the National or American Football Leagues. Slaughter completes his first pass, but it didn't go anywhere. And the second pass is incomplete. He'll force yet another pass. Punt. Mickey Slaughter, of course, the 7th round draft pick out of Monroe, Louisiana. Went to La Tech for his college career. Trapuka, well, he played the first half, but Slaughter came out and showed how completely ineffective he also is for that last drive. So it appears the Trapuka era is, in fact, over. Unless Slaughter is just so god-awful that they have to go back to Trapuka. That would be an odd thing to do. So I'm pretty sure that's the end. Oh, Minnesota, the Vikings have lost to the Houston Texans. As you see below, that means the Vikings are 0-2 with both losses against semi-pro teams. The Patriots are controlled by me and also 0-2. And the Broncos, who I control, are going well on their way to being 0-2. So it's we went up to 4 teams each, but unfortunately 2 of my teams are awful. But it's not the Patriots. The Broncos are about to be 0-2, and they're supposed to be awful. But the 49ers are supposed to have a rash of injuries in 63. Nothing's happened yet, though, so I've actually been able to go 2-0 with them so far, even though they're supposed to be awful. The Patriots are actually supposed to be a playoff team, and that's the team I'm 0-2 with. And then, of course, the Bears are supposed to win the championship, and they are looking great. But Tears 89, by the way, have you landed? I know you were coming in the atmosphere earlier. Are you actually on the Earth's land? Or are you being fed in through NASA? Which would be news to me that I had connections to NASA. And look at that news. If you tuned in to see the Broncos play well, this is 1963, so I'm sorry, but you might have to wait a while to see that. But if you just tuned in for good news, we just got some. As not only is Tears 89 back in the atmosphere and even back on the Earth's land mass, but at least 2, maybe 3 games coming your way starting today. The Tears 89 channel. Great news. Now, Tears is unlike this channel. I believe all of Tears 89 teams are undefeated, so you won't see any of those guys going 0-2. There's Mickey Slaughter running for the first down. No, there's an aspect that Trapuka doesn't have. Slaughter. Of course, when you think Denver Broncos wearing number 7, running around and sacrificing their body to make plays, you don't go far down the list to get to Mickey Slaughter. I think it's probably Slaughter, Elway maybe. Joking, obviously. But it is cool to see number 7 on the Broncos. Can't wait till the day after my 70th birthday when I get to play with John Elway here in Sack to the Future. Greg Morton did wear number 7. I guess he did scramble some. Definitely the better quarterbacks in Broncos history do wear number 7. I think that's safe to say. And I also think it's safe to say that Mickey Slaughter is not that high on that list. Just saying, for this game, I have a quarterback wearing number 7, and that's pretty cool. Friggin' Bobby Bell. Well, I don't even know how I'm going to have enough time to get this throw off, but I have got to get a first down here as it's almost the fourth quarter. And Taylor holds on. Oh, thank goodness for Lionel Taylor. Can I even get this play off? Did get it off. Joe gets another first down up to the 11-yard line. And that's where the third quarter will come to an end. So the Broncos staying in it, down by 2 scores. Eight minutes to go and down by 14. Okay, there's the handoff. Slaughter runs down to the 3-yard line. And the Broncos in the hurry up again. And the Chiefs were in a hurry to destroy Slaughter, so of course he gave it to Stowe, and he's like, you take the hit. Third and 6. I could get a first down at the 1. But basically I need to get in the end zone here. There's Perbola for the touchdown, and that's Mickey Slaughter's first touchdown pass of his career. And the Tripucka era certainly is officially over now. Mickey Slaughter making some plays. I'll be right back. Hey. Can the defense actually come through here? Clinton tripped on his own man, and that made it easier. Goose, of course. Who else would get the tackle? Gonna hope they don't go deep on this one. Trying to take away the short and middle passes. They did go short, but a nice diving catch still allowed him to get some yardage. And that was Arvanis' first catch of the afternoon. Okay. Well, you know what? Got to get pressure on them or else this thing's already over. Okay, Len Dawson has beaten the blitz before. Let's try to get through this time. He does beat it again. Nice hard hit, but he already got the first down. Abner Haynes, haven't heard from him much today. We're under 6 minutes to go. Chiefs leading the Broncos 14-7. Clinton, 14 carries, 47 yards. And again, he did get his 4th touchdown run earlier today. Chiefs working on the clock. We're down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Wahoo McDaniel read that perfectly. Every once in a while, I will do something right. And that's a nice play. Makes it 3rd and 5. Let me see if we can stop Len Dawson here on 3rd down. Not sure if we can or not. Of course we can't. And then Burford able to break the tackle on top of all that, and another Bronco is probably done for the year. Burford, oh, wait a minute, it's not a Bronco at all. It's Len Dawson, and he's grabbing his right shoulder. Oh, that changes some things. Hell, at least he's out for one play. Gotta bet the house that they're running here. How can you give up? Everybody knew we were running 4-4 defense, and the middle just opens up like a friggin', I don't even know what to call it. Unbelievable. Guess I have to play linebacker because... Oh, and then I run past the guy. And McClinton's all the way up to 88 yards now. He already has 1 touchdown. 4-4 is not working at all. I have to bring the safety down, because he is the one player I have on defense. Okay, they brought the wrong safety down. Not sure why. But Abner Haynes, luckily, doesn't get in the end zone anyway. The Chiefs are destroying the clock, though. So they have already taken 4 minutes off of it. We're down to 3, 18, 17, 16. Clinton down to the 3-yard line, but now then he's up to 91 yards now. 18 carries, 91 yards, and a touch. 3rd and goal. We're down to 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Please break a tackle. Down to the 1. Wow. By the way, I did not want him to break tackles. I meant break a hold, get through and make a tackle, which of course only one man on the team could do that. That's the safety Goose Goslin, who stopped him from the touchdown. Oh, dang it. Timing. Always with the wrong timing. And the field goal is good. And it's a 10-point game with just over 2 minutes to go. Well, Slaughter comes out. Seeing if he can lead a drive. Not necessarily the drive, but a drive. And instead he throws a pick. Well, that should just about do it. The Broncos cannot afford to turn the ball over. As again, they came into this game as 18-point underdogs. Well, if you give them 3 for being at home, then I guess you could say a 15-point underdog. But ratings-wise, they're 18 points inferior to the Chiefs. And here you see they're going to lose by at least 10. Probably 17. What does that mean? That means that the ratings are pretty good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but now that we've been doing it for 4 years, it really has felt good so far. In 1963, as when I'm the Broncos and I'm playing a actual good team, I can feel that I have almost no chance. On the other hand, when I'm the Bears and I'm feeling, well, I've played a bad team and a semi-pro team and obviously kicked the snot out of both of them. And even the 49ers, the 49ers and Patriots. The 49ers are 2-0, and they're supposed to be a bad team, but some of that is injuries. So without injuries, they're still a below-average team. And I have won the games, but both games have been tough. And I certainly didn't feel like I'm the dominant team like I do in the Bears, but I don't feel that they're as bad as these Broncos either. On the Patriots side, I'm 0-2 with them, but I feel like I could win games. Both games were 1-point games. And I feel like I've just made mistakes here and there or had slow starts. And that's the reason. And there you go. There's a touchdown pass for the a new Chiefs quarterback. So, in fact, I gave up 14 points while Dawson was in there. And 10 points while he wasn't. So, really didn't seem to matter. It will be interesting to see how long Lenny Dawson is out. Eddie Wilson, of course, yes, the quarterback that made that throw. The league will certainly want to know these Chiefs are about to go to 2-0, but if Dawson's out for a considerable amount of time, that'll really open up things for the Chargers and Raiders, who are both also undefeated, but have not lost their quarterbacks. What do I do? Do I try to get Mickey into a groove, or do I just run the ball? Slaughter scrambles for another 7. And Joe still sucks. 7 carries, -9 yards. And that should pretty much do it. One more play just to see what happens. Probably be a pick 6. It's a sack. Well, that's the game. Kansas City Chiefs 24. Denver Broncos 7. Chapuka's career comes to an end. There's the new quarterback of the Broncos, Mickey Slaughter. He did lead him to 1 touchdown. Chapuka shaking hands with people on both teams. Everyone telling him good luck. 36-year-old has given it. Had really two careers. His second career with the Broncos was actually better than his first career, but it's time to hang it up for the old man. What everyone's interested, of course, is the Len Dawson injury and the extent of that, so we will go ahead and keep it live here just to give you an update on that. There you see the highlights. That was Dawson, we were still in there. McClinton, of course, terrorized the Broncos. Did not get 100 yards, but was close. Here you're going to see some bad numbers. Yep, Chiefs won, Chiefs, 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 and more Chiefs. Chiefs won in every category, every single one. Broncos only turned it over once, but they didn't get any. Eddie Wilson, of course, 100% accurate. Every pass he throws is a touchdown, so that's a good start for him. All right, let's take a look here. We will go into the injury report real quick, see how long Len Dawson's out, as that is the biggest news of the game. Whatever, skip this for now. Okay. Oh, I had an injury as well. So the Broncos, Scarpetto's out for 5 weeks with a shoulder tear. That's awesome. And the Chiefs, oh, Jake Johnson. So Len Dawson's fine. Did that happen in that game? I don't remember that. That must have been before, but 33 friggin' weeks. All right, so Len Dawson will be back. No big deal for the Chiefs. They're 2-0 and their quarterback's fine. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Again, the Tears 89 channel is where you want to go for the rest of this week, as 4 games are coming your way. One of those against John M., so that'll be on both channels, of course. The other 3 solely on the Tears 89 channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.